Welcome back everyone, I'm Shannon and welcome to Hoops and Football. Alright, so in today's episode I would like to talk about a couple of players that I think will be pushing for selection this week. With probably Banks going out, I think we're due to bring somebody in. I think a couple of players in the VFL game from the weekend, they've deserved their chance of coming in there and seeing what they do. So I've got 3 players that I've picked. It all depends on who else goes out. If Mansell is still good to go, then it could just be one player coming in. But we'll start off with, thinking about Samson Ryan as a secondary backup ruck. I know we can do Jacob Blight, and he did a pretty good job on the weekend for a fill-in and a pinch forward. But on the weekend, Samson Ryan kicked 3 goals. So obviously his forward craft skills are getting better, which is obviously what we kind of need as well for a pinch ruck, so that you can probably swing Nate Curvis forward if we need to, and Samson Ryan forward if we need to as well. So it also gives Lynch and Harry Armstrong a chance to have a breather as well. So 3 goals. Hang on, I'll check out his hit-outs as well, because I think he had a fair few good hit-outs as well. So let's go to find. No, I don't have his hit-outs on there. But yeah, and there you go. He had 12 hit-outs. So obviously that's not many hit-outs for a full-time. I don't think he was playing full-time ruck. But he's also playing mostly forward from all the reports that I've read. So 3 goals is pretty good for a player who's not meant to be a proper forward, meant to be a ruck. So he's one player I think will get a chance. I think he's proven it in the VFL. I know he's not the number 1 probably pick, but he's playing a good game, and you've got to give those players a chance to get in if they're proving in the VFL that they are playing well. Okay, so we'll go to, I went Tyler Sonsie. Now, he had a very, very impressive game on the weekend. Proves why he probably should be playing in the midfield, and he should be playing in the centre, because that's what he was drafted for. He was a centre. A midfielder, and I feel like we've been playing him out of position. This wing, half forward, it's not him. I think you need him in there with his classy left foot, and he's a very elite kick. So he ended up having, I think it was 34 disposals, and he ended up kicking a goal. So that's very impressive for a player who has been marked as not a very good midfielder, or a very slow midfielder, but he has a very elite kicking, and the goal he kicked, I'm pretty sure, is what got us back in the lead. So I think it's time that Tyler Sonsie got a real crack at it in the midfield. Now that's if you drop Jack Ross, or you put Tyler Sonsie on the bench and you have him rotate with Jack Ross, because we're going to have to work out where Tyler Sonsie fits. I feel like if we don't give him a good enough crack in the midfield, I think he's going to end up getting dropped. Or at the end of the year, he's not going to have a spot. I think if we keep doing it the way we are, I think he's going to request a trade, or he deserves to be traded to a club that's going to give him a chance in the midfield, because he was meant to be, I think he was one of the top midfielders in his draft class. He was meant to go top 10, and somehow he slipped to pick 20 for us. So I think it's time for the Tigers to give him a decent week block or a month block, to see how he goes, and give him, at least 60% midfield time, and then do 40% in the forward half. It's got to be done. It's something that needs to be done, or at least needs to be tried. So, then the next player I've gone with is Kay McAuliffe, South Australian boy. Apparently he has very elite speed, and I think we can all agree that the Port Adelaide game, that was our big issue in that midfield. Very slow. He's a very good kick. And for the speed he has, like Sam Lawler, has a lot of pace on him still. So I think it may be a good chance to bring Kay McAuliffe in the midfield. I think if he does come in, I think Sonsie will be the replacement probably for Banks. But I think if you're going to put Kay McAuliffe in still, maybe you have him as a sub. A lot of the reports was he started off really good in the first 2 to 3 quarters, and the last quarter he died off. I think that's because he had a very interrupted pre-season. He started off house on fire, and then died off. I think he must have been having some sort of injury, but it was never reported that he had an injury. But he must have had something going on, because he was always with the rehab group. So he's another one I think we definitely need to put some more game time in, because him and Sam Law could be a pretty good duo in that midfield with the pure power, but also pure speed, and a very good kicking. If you watched the highlights from the VFL game on the weekend, kicked that ripping goal on that far flank over there, so it'd be a good sign to see. But those are the 3 players that I think that have a chance of coming in this week. If you have any other ideas, put a comment on there. If you could, like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.